Hello, everybody, and welcome. You have stumbled upon the Gamer Social Class. You found the Gamer Social Club. Congratulations. You did it. We're happy you made it. I am your super duper professional host with the most knowledge and bestest speaking abilities, Nathan Lockhart.
Definitely.
AKA One Hot Dragon, and I have fucking missed y'all. So glad to finally be back doing this podcast together again after botched episodes. I am joined by Fraser, F Bomb, Horror for Horror. How are you today, my Australian mate?
I will say that I am terribly sorry because it's my fault that the recording messed up last week. I do not know what happened, but it was you guys missed out. We had a brilliant show. We had it was probably our best show ever.
A best show
And
ever.
it was just for us. But Nathan,
just...
I am bloody marvelous, thank you.
I'm so glad you were bloody marvelous. Yeah, it was a 6-person panel. Quite crazy. We got some cool experience under our belts, though. So hopefully we can give you a better experience come Game of the Year. And don't worry, 13 Carry. I haven't forgotten about the Dragon Award. I just gotta figure out what it's for. Who gets it? What does it say?
Well, it has to be you.
Well, I know it has to be me,
only...
but like, what does it represent? Does it represent my Game of the Year? Does it represent the game with the most dragons in it? Because in that case,
the game with the hottest dragon.
This game had dragons, but I didn't see one breathe fire at all. And I am also joined by Russell, the only casualty in gaming. I'm still trying to figure out what. Okay, all right. Russell, though.
In high school, they used to call me. In high school, they used to call me Russell the Love Muscle.
Russell the Love Muscle. Okay.
And we are joined by Russell the Love Muscle.
There we go. Come get yourself some loving, motherfuckers. How are you?
I'm all right. Can't complain too much this week, I don't think.
You've been playing some Alien Isolation.
That was only today. I've been sidetracked mostly with Mario stuff and trying to finish up the Dead Space remake before I jump on Silent Hill remake, probably tomorrow night, actually.
Yes.
Exciting.
No, go ahead.
I paid $80 for the deluxe early or advanced access, and the way the time zones worked out, it is showing up, I believe, at 9:00 my time tomorrow night.
Okay.
So I actually get it before the 6th, I think. Yeah.
So let's talk. All right. Let's talk about your week so far. Well, our. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to get my mind around all this. It's been a long week because, as you may know, we got to review Diablo for the Vessel of Hatred. Me, Fraser, and Kyle just put out a... Kyle is new to the group. We just put out a review video this morning. Well, today at noon, which would be October the 4th. But anyways, so we put that together for y'all. We had a fantastic time, and we're definitely going to talk about that a little bit later into the show. but it has just been an absolute amazing experience for us, and we're really excited to get to talk more about it. Hopefully, we'll be doing some streams of it next week. But yeah, I I've been. You can ask Megan all this whole past 2 weeks. I just keep looking at her and being like, I can't believe this is my life. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's been going on with us. Make sure to go check out the website, read Kyle's review of it. We all gave it an 8.5. Pretty much unanimously, all gave it an 8.5, right, Fraser?
Yes. Yep.
And then I'm going to go ahead and we are trying out to give you all a rundown of changes that are to come. We are restructuring the show. We are aiming to have a shorter experience, more structured experience for you guys. And we are definitely looking for your feedback. We are going to start doing games. The Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are building this with you, for you, the listener. So if there are things that you dislike, please feel free to share those concerns with us in the comment section or message me on Discord, whatever way you want to do it. Absolutely feel free to go for it because, again, we want you guys to be happy. So we are going to start doing our podcast by getting into what's been going on with Gamer Social Club. We're going to start talking about, we're going to do games first. Now, the reason I want to do games first in our podcast is because about every video game podcast out there is doing news. And that's fine. We're definitely going to talk about news. Don't worry. But I want to be different. More than likely, if you're listening to us, you already have been keeping up to date with the news segments, right? You've already been heard about the delay of Assassin's Creed Shadows. So what do you need us for, right? So really want to emphasize that we're all here to have a good time and to have fun and keep things positive and gossip free. And we try our best to keep it gossip free. And I'm going to be looking more into disclaimers at the beginning because, here's the thing is we're a podcast and we were talking about this a little bit before we started. We're a podcast, so it is going to be a little bit harder to not at least mention that there are gossips surrounding a thing here and there. But for the most part, we try to stay out of that discourse that could cause more discourse in our group. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and continue with this new structure. And I know I already said it once, but I'll say it again. Please give us your feedback and what you all think of it. Hopefully you'll be happy with it. You all got a chance to see the new intro. We've got new stuff coming next week. Well, in the upcoming weeks, even if you don't see it next week. So with that being said, let's move on to our first game. I am doing a blatant ripoff of another podcast, so I guess what I'm trying to say is you heard it here first. we tagged this. We reserve the right to sue anybody else who uses this game. So we are going to play video games 20 questions. All right. So if you've never heard of video game 20 questions, the gist of the game is that I am going to have Fraser and Russell ask me questions, and they're going to have to try to think of what video game I am thinking of within those 20 questions, or else they lose and I win. And yeah, we're going to play around with this, and if you guys have any game suggestions, let us know.
You worded that slightly inaccurately.
Wait, can you tell? Okay, all right. Yeah, can you fix my words?
You said we were gonna ask you questions.
We are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna ask me questions.
Russell's so
Because
confused.
I've got the
Okay,
answer,
then
and
I
you
need
got
to
to
stop
ask me
scrolling
20
Twitter.
questions.
I gotta stop scrolling Twitter when you're saying shit I need to pay attention to.
Dude, I was at the store today and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, what, you want my debit card? Well, okay. Okay, so, Russell, you ask me a question first. Or you can give me the answer, preferably the answer.
So, well, why would I do that? So you're thinking of a video game. Is it done by a third-party studio?
He's like, I don't know.
Let's see. Shh, I know what I'm doing. I can't remember. Let's see. No, it is. Wait. Oh, yes. Ooh, that's a hard question, actually. Um.
Okay, scratch the first question. Let me get more specific. Is it published by a third-party publisher?
Yes, it is published by a third party. Yes.
Okay. Is it available on more than one platform?
Yes.
Okay.
More than one platform. This is still very fucking vague.
Yeah, see, like, because, yeah. I feel like I know what it is, but I don't want to say it.
I mean, feel free, you'll lose, but
Yeah. Yeah. Do we own, like, if we ask, like, if we say, is it this game, and it's wrong, we lose?
yes.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
No, you still
Okay.
get. Well, no, you still get, even if you ask if it's a game and you don't, like, you get your allotted amount of questions.
Well, yeah, okay, we can do it that way. I'm down to do it that way.
That's the way I've always heard it done.
Really?
We
Okay.
could just sit here and rattle off names of games and
Until we get it.
well, until we're allowed.
You got 20
anyway,
tried out of the thousands and thousands of games ever made since the beginning of time. Let's see.
Is it a current generation game?
No.
Okay, so something older.
Ooh. Does it have multiplayer?
Yes. Co-op. I'll just, yeah.
So that tells me it's not online. Interesting.
Well. Can I... Oh, no, you go, Russell. You go.
Hold on.
I feel giddy inside. I feel like you can see me bouncing. I'm like, oh,
let's
oh,
go.
pick me,
Let's do
pick
it.
me.
I'm gonna get it. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I can't really.
Sorry, I'm just outlining where we're at, basically.
He's got his little whiteboard and a little pen. Yeah, love that.
Not current gen.
But see, that could be. There's so many things like that doesn't really nail it.
We really haven't like nailed it down. Yet.
No.
Let's see. Oh gosh, I should probably be keeping track. You guys have asked 3 questions so far.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
That's not right.
Let me go ahead and get it. Oh.
I think we've asked 4 because we got it's third party. It's more than one platform. It's not current gen, and it's got co-op. So that's what we know about it so
we
far.
got 16. Okay.
Yeah. Between the two of us, we got 16 more.
Okay.
I mean, how can you narrow it down to generation?
That's what I mean, we've got some good shit here.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I've got.
the idea of this is to like narrow down like the franchise and then start guessing games.
I've got my next question sorted, Russell. So fucking nail it home, bud. You got this.
You're like, just fucking guess. Is it a Capcom property?
No.
Okay. So that rules out like
No.
half the games ever. Does it have dialogue options?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think so. I'm gonna say no, and
Oh.
if I see, I'm gonna say no, and then if I see something on the Wikipedia page that says otherwise, I'm gonna.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, that's
why don't you look that up real fast before we start wasting our guesses for no reason?
Oh no, you're
completely-
good. You're good. I don't think there is none. There is
Okay.
none.
I don't know what it is anymore. I thought I did.
Oh crap. Yeah, it's definitely not.
So it's available on more than one platform.
Yes.
It's got co-op.
Mm-hmm.
There's no kind of dialogue talking system.
Correct.
So, ooh.
It's not this current gen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not made by Capcom. It's fun.
So I guess it's my guess.
I'm so stressed out now.
I
I was so excited before, and now my
Now I'm
excitement
really
has turned to
stressed
stress.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, right?
I gotta prove that I know what
Gotta-
I'm talking
very
about.
good job
Gotta
of
rearrange.
nailing this down. Oh,
I need to get like
Not
music
Asian.
to play in the
no
background.
dialogue.
Like that way, whenever we're all just sitting here thinking and it's silent.
Like,
And then I can do. Nathan shows you his bits while we wait.
yeah, well,
We gotta figure out a way to nail down at least what generation this is.
but the thing is, if we do that, like, there might be remakes, and there might be like, it might be available on multiple generations. So
this is
That's
true.
a question to ask.
there you go, Russell. There's your.
I'm wondering how good Nathan's poker face is.
It's this. It's just me half
Yeah.
smiling, giggling.
Just he put Lady Gaga's face over his.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it is. I'm gonna go take a nap while you figure this out.
Third party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it available? No. No.
So scared to use up that next question.
Is it available on Game Pass?
No.
That actually helps.
Okay. So, I guess we got to ask that question. Like, is it available on multiple generations, or like, or does it have a remake or a remaster?
No.
That was several questions.
No, that was one question.
I knew what you meant. Like, is it multi-generational? And
Yes.
Nope.
Wow. Okay. But see, like, co-op could just be like, it's fucking Gran Turismo. Like, that's co-op, but it's
Well,
Fuck, it could
so
be
what
anything.
what having co-op and not so the way that got answered to me, that means it doesn't have online multiplayer. So it's likely like PS2 and before.
Okay, but it's available on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that's like original Xbox, PlayStation 2, or it could be PlayStation 1, Nintendo.
There wasn't a lot of multi-platform games before like the PS2 and the Xbox and the GameCube.
Mm.
But it's also not Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, this just got hard.
Wait, it's my question, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So is it I can't remember the name of the fucking generation. The PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and the GameCube. Is it that generation?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Was it? Okay. Okay. So we're starting to narrow it down now. It's like it is older. It's an older game. It's got co-op. There's no dialogue options. So it's like the story's just told to you. And like those older games like didn't really have like
See,
You're
no dialogue thing is interesting to me because my brain started going 2D platformer, but I don't.
well with like the dialogue options.
Which would fit with the co-op thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on Game Pass. It's not Capcom.
Is
But it's third party, which rules out a lot of like well-known 2D platformers. So
is it a side scroller?
No. So that was question 9.
Okay.
Um,
Well, that gets rid of heaps.
I'll give you a hint. Fraser, your thinking is in the opposite direction.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but I don't have Fraser's brain. So
Well, remember in a previous episode, Nathan was like, "I'm not you."
Yeah,
And then we
that's
were
exactly what I thought.
"They're me."
That's exactly
So,
what.
and then I was like, that got fucking weird.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Adam was
So
like,
we're
"Thank
back
you for
there again.
clarifying."
We're back there.
We're back there.
Okay, so it's like it's not any sort of like side-scrolling platformer.
No, no, no.
Yep. Okay.
The character that you play as are they female?
Can be. That one's definitely not a yes or no. That's just it can be.
It can be.
Okay, so we can choose. We can choose.
Yeah, which means there's options, but that could be you could choose as a man and a woman. That could be there's a character creator. That could be a lot of things.
But it's older, so I think character creator's out of the question.
See, that's the thinking that I'm telling you. You're going in the wrong direction.
But it's got no online, or maybe it does.
I said co-op,
but
what? Like
yeah, so it's
like,
got no. It doesn't have like a PvP, but it's got PvE.
Yes.
Not necessarily.
I just answered a free question for you. I'm not going to count that one.
So it's got what he just told me. It's got co-op and it can be online.
Yeah, it is PvE.
That's what that just told me.
Mm-hmm.
What on
and that's going to be free.
Co-op?
We are still on question 9. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Is it my question or is it Russell's?
I believe it's yours, Fraser.
Oh,
And he kind of just half-ass answered the question. Doesn't have a character creator, because when you were talking about it, he said your thinking is in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so is it an RPG?
No.
This is like, it's not even I felt like that question would narrow it down, but it's not at all.
Well, if it said yes, it would have, but
all right, I got my next one.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so
dude,
is that
I
the right answer?
I swear, I hear talking or something. I think the neighbors upstairs are
There's
having sex
dogs.
because it sounds like moaning.
there's dogs barking out my window. They're definitely not having sex though.
Have you ever witnessed that before? It's real awkward.
Yeah, especially when you make eye contact.
Yep. it's how I discovered
Fucking weirdos
the birds
here.
and the bees, because I was like, I asked my sister, I was like, what the hell are they doing? It's funny because it's a true story.
Man, I've got no fucking idea at all. I'm not even close.
Is it a platformer?
No. Question 11.
Is it a beat 'em up?
Nope. Question 12.
Okay.
Not platformer.
Not beat 'em up.
So it's not a platformer. It is PvE. It was not in the generation of GameCube or original Xbox or PS2. It's not current generation.
So that means it's either Xbox 360 or Xbox One or PlayStation 4 or 3. So it's one of those. And it's available on both? It is
not available on more than one generation. I will say that. Because we already cleared that one up earlier too.
Yep. So it's locked to like a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 generation.
It's a PvE with co-op, but probably not a big multiplayer, so it's not a sports title.
Mm-mm.
You didn't need to answer that. I wasn't actually asking that. I was thinking out loud.
Yeah, that was my bad. That was me just being a bad host.
I will consider that. I will consider that a freebie.
That was a freebie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm so dumb. I swear.
Okay.
No sports title, and it's not on Game Pass.
I'm curious if you guys have this. I would assume you would.
I'm just gonna jump.
You can't really ask that question because you have no idea what our library is.
I know. I know.
I'm just gonna jump in and ask my next question. Is it a Lego game?
No.
Why not?
Because fuck you.
Right?
I want to make your life a living hell.
Not an RPG, so it's almost certainly not a Square Enix title.
It's got like co-op, but no.
Fraser, are you over there looking at your video game shelf?
Yeah, bro. I sure am.
If you've got ideas, Fraser, just go for it.
Yeah, because we are at 29 minutes, so we should probably just start doing a rapid fire question at this point.
Is it made by? Fuck, I don't know who makes that.
This is great.
Is it Borderlands?
No. That was a good guess.
Wow. Wow.
That was a good guess.
Fuck, I wish I could ask that question again. Can I ask that question again, and can I just broaden it to, is it in the Borderlands series?
Oh, no.
No, yeah.
I'll give that one for free as well.
Oh my goodness, man. Killing me. Oh.
Would it be considered a horror title?
No.
Is it based off like a movie franchise?
No, but that was a great question. I like that.
Fuck, I really thought I knew what it was.
We got to be down to like 3 or 4 questions at this point. I haven't been keeping track.
Yeah, they're 16. You guys are on question 16. So you got 4 more.
Shit.
Would it be considered in the hack and slash genre?
No.
Well, what's left? Come on! My goodness. So
It was multi-platform.
So
well,
it has to be some sort of like action adventure shooting thing. Because there's nothing else left.
it's not Capcom, which is a problem because I own a lot of Capcom games.
Is it your turn, Russell? I think, yeah, it's your turn. Or, wait, no, is it Fraser's?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is his
yeah,
turn.
okay.
Dude,
Is it a BioWare property?
No, actually. All right, so that was
Actually.
18 out of 20. So I say what we do is at this point, you guys just guess a random game, and then we'll call it.
yeah.
I will
Okay.
go ahead and give you some more hints.
Yep, please do.
Just for the hell of it. It is a shooty McShooter game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is of the 360 era. That is all I will say because you already got the information of it is a PvE. It is
PvE 360
360.
PlayStation 3.
Published by a third party. Also, I'll give you another hint. Remember, I was having a hard time figuring out the whole entire third party thing. So, the publisher is third party, and it was put out on multi platform. But what does that tell you about the developer?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know. You put so much pressure.
It tells me they either were owned by someone or got bought out later. It can't be Call of Duty.
No. We got two guesses. You guess something and I'll guess something.
It's got co-op. Which is I had a game in mind as we were talking about shooty stuff, but the co-op thing that doesn't track. A shooty McShooterson? I don't fucking...
And it's not a horror.
No.
Hold
on, let me look.
Are you Googling right now?
No, I'm looking at my Steam library, and I've got like was released on Xbox 360 section.
Nice. Okay.
So it was used to.
Wouldn't be Left 4 Dead 1 or 2. Wouldn't be Mass Effect. Wouldn't be Grand Theft Auto. Wouldn't be Fallout. Wouldn't be.
I'm gonna say, is it?
Wait a minute.
Is it what?
Is it I don't know. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Okay, so we're at 35
Okay.
minutes, and I'm gonna give.
Yep.
Here's what I'm
Okay.
gonna do: is since we're at 35 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and say who the developer was, and from that moment
Yep.
on, you've got a full minute to guess the game.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. It was developed by Insomniac.
Insomniac. What the hell? I don't. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, what the fuck is that game? Shit. Is it that stupid fucking Oh,
It is that stupid fucking. I think Russell knows what it is.
Is it that stupid fucking game that was on?
No, because I thought it. Dude, I can't even think of it. I got no idea. No idea. Is it Resistance?
No, that's a good guess. Russell, 10 more seconds. Throw something out there.
Come on, bro. You got this. You got this.
Sunset Overdrive? I don't.
Oh no, it's not. You're googling for your life.
Oh.
I love it. So,
dude, put us out of our misery.
Yeah.
The answer to the question was this game called Fuse.
You're fucking kidding me.
I've never heard of that. I don't even know what that is.
You're kidding.
What is that game?
You've never heard of this game? This
Yes.
game was fantastic. It came out right at the end of the 360 era. So it was 2013. And it came out alongside the game Remember Me as well.
Yep.
And it didn't perform very well. Like, I'm pretty sure it just like came out and it crashed and burned. But it was, people were really excited about it because it was being developed by Insomniac, and they're like, this is gonna kill it. And
EA
it was
as well.
Yeah, EA published it, and it came out on PS3, Xbox 360. It was a third-person shooter, and it was like you got these 4 people who have these different class abilities. It was a lot of fun, and the whole gimmick of the game was the fact that you did play co-op. You played as a team, and it was a 4-player experience through a campaign. And I think that's probably where it fell, was that there wasn't much replayability in a campaign. And yet its whole gimmick was to play with your friends. So, yeah, it just didn't have the staying power. And I can't remember what else people were saying about it. But I was kind of in my own little world just having fun. And Fuse was a great time. I'm surprised... It did as badly as it did, but I kind of figured it was the good in between of like, oh, I'm sure you guys would know this, but then also it's not a lesser known one. Yeah, I'm actually surprised
I've seen the cover, definitely, and now that you say the title, I know it. I had no idea that it was a 4-player class-based shooter.
Okay.
No, I would have assumed that it would have been a first-person shooter.
Really? Okay.
That was my assumption too.
Okay.
But I've never even fucking heard of that game, so I wasn't gonna guess that in a million years.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that
fucking good work. Good work. You beat us.
Thank you.
Fucking well and truly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and see, now next week we can be somewhat more prepared. Maybe have some background music for the silence, or maybe next week we can put like a time limit and like be a little more prepared as to what questions we'll ask. So next week, do you want me to ask the questions again, or do you guys want to?
Yep.
Okay.
No, you do it again. I reckon like if you give us 30 seconds to ask a question.
Okay. All right, that sounds good.
Make it.
This was the warm up round.
Dry run.
And then I'll try to pick something a little more known this time.
No, it was No, my nips definitely got hard during that, so I had lots of fun.
It was really fun watching you run over to your game
Yeah.
shelf and be like, "Oh, what do I got?"
And I was like, yeah. I was looking through and I was like, no, no, no,
That's
no.
not.
And I was like,
That's
what the
not it.
fuck is that? Yeah. It's like,
Okay.
maybe it's Borderlands, but no. Cool.
So,
Nice work.
we are going to go ahead and move on to our next segment. It is called the most useless segment in the segment histories of segments.
Mm.
Fraser, why is it the most useless segment?
It's the most useless segment because if people were following the Gamer Social Club social media, we wouldn't need to do the segment.
That's exactly fucking right. So we're gonna catch you up on everything you missed on gamersocialclub.ca. So let's see. On October 1st, Square Enix confirms that they want to bring Final Fantasy 16 to Xbox, but they just simply cannot say when. There's going to be some new additions to Xbox Game Pass. You got Sifu, Inscription, MLB 24, a couple other games. Let's see. Let me click on it real quick. So you, Trials of Mana. Wait, no. Mad Streets and Open Roads and MLB The Show 24. Now, all of this stuff is already out. The only thing that's not out is Mad Streets. That comes out October 7th, and Inscription comes out October 10th, which is, all a huge deal. The games that are going to be leaving is Dyson Sphere program for PC, Everspace 2, From Space, F1 Manager 2023, and Scorn. I can't believe Scorn's leaving Game Pass.
Gorn was fucking brilliant. It was such
Yeah?
a great game. Like, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And there were parts of it that felt very unnecessary. But as a whole, it was a fantastic experience.
I feel
I
like
loved it.
out of all the people that I know, you would be the one to like it and have played it. Yep.
It made you do some very questionable things. There was there was like this weird little creature in a seat, and you had to use an ice cream scoop to like scoop him out of the seat, and it was gory.
I wish y'all could see Russell's face to hear Fraser's description of Scorn. It's great.
Yeah.
Let's
I had
see.
loads of fun with it.
We had some PlayStation Network issues and Xbox network issues this week, which was pretty wild. Let's see. And we made sure to keep you all up to date on that. Let's see. Lords of the Fallen and Sniper Ghost Warrior sequels are in the works. Xbox, okay, yeah, I just talked about that. Power World coming to mobile. Crow Country is coming to Nintendo Switch. Then let's see, the Stalker 2 documentary came out. We wanted to talk about that. I haven't seen that yet. Saber Interactive is developing a AAA Avatar, The Last Airbender game. And then let's see, we've got Day for Night is the new studio from Mario plus Rabbids director David Soliani. And then we got Power World releases on PlayStation in Japan. A couple other things that are worthy of note is, let's see. We've got a couple of editorials that came out this week as well that are worth checking out. I believe this one was written by the man himself, Dano Jackson. You got the Starfield continues to be a most polarizing game. And let's see, is Ubisoft underutilizing the Tom Clancy universe? Reading off those two editorials, I meant to do that at the beginning and probably would have been a better fit into the show to be read off at the beginning. Well, no, never mind. I take that back. I think this was the perfect time to read that. So there's that. There's also details for Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. That is out on our website. That's actually on our YouTube channel as well. That's me. I wrote that. You're welcome.
Me, I did that. I wrote that.
I was busy playing Diablo. I couldn't help out with writing too much. Okay,
So
and then
can we?
can I say one more thing real quick, and then I'll
Yep.
toss it to you. Uh, I want to pull up. Shoot, I lost it. Okay. Things that we have gotten open critic reviews for so far this week is we've got Diablo Vessel of Hatred. We're a part of that. We are a part of that 86% open critic score. Uh, then we got Silent Hill 2 open with 87. The Plucky Squire with 83. The Legends of Zelda with 86. Starfield the Shattered Space got a 57. And Until Dawn has gotten a 78. There's so many games that I'm not going to try to like go into. Like, I would like to kind of like read off some of the reviews, but like, uh, okay, I don't know what. I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know what the hell I was reading. That was the top critic average. My bad. That was the top critic average, and then critics recommend 92% of like Silent Hill. So then once you actually go, okay, I'm sorry, I misspoke. So yeah, the Starfield Shattered Space, it's like 57% is like the top critics, while 50% is just what everybody's feeling about it. Anyways, so if you guys want to talk about some of those games that have come out over the past week or two and have gotten those review scores, have anything you want to say about those review scores, or if you guys want to talk about any of the news that came out of Gamer Social Club this week, or anything else in general. I know Russell's got a couple things to talk about, but Fraser, I did not mean to cut you off, buddy. You go ahead and take the wheel.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to just ask your thoughts about the Tom Clancy article that Dano wrote. I don't know if essentially is Ubisoft underutilizing the Tom Clancy name?
Oh, 100%.
And I think that they put the Tom Clancy name on things that possibly don't need the Tom Clancy name, and then they all like, I want Splinter Cell. Give us a Tom Clancy Splinter Cell. Don't put Tom Clancy's name on X Defiant. Like, yeah,
it's been long enough, and we've got the
Okay,
show coming to you. We got the show coming to Netflix. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Okay, I'm not a big Tom Clancy fan. His name is on X Defiant?
I believe so.
Like,
oh, is it not?
Are they?
Isn't it Tom?
Well, they at least
Isn't it
tried
Tom
to.
Clancy's X Defiant? Did I get that wrong?
Oh, that's a good question.
I
don't think Tom
I was
Clancy is on
trying
X
to be
Defiant.
educated there.
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't think Tom Clancy is on X Defiant because X Defiant is trying to be everything
Something
Ubisoft.
else. Yeah.
So
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, then so like Tom Clancy, yeah. His name. I feel at one point years ago they were just attaching his name to everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden we don't see his name anymore.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, like the original Rainbow Six, those Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, like it was based off his book, sure. But like how far have we gone? How far away from those books have we gone now? Where like, is his name mean anything anymore?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know. When was the last time we got in a Rainbow Six Siege game? Because I read the title and I was like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, they're underutilizing it. It has been a while. And I see where he, like, put together a list of...
I think it was Rainbow Six Extraction was
yes. And that was just a drop. Like, it just did not do well.
But again, like, maybe I just like not great games, but I thoroughly enjoyed that Extraction.
Yeah.
I don't like Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not a fan. I've tried it. I just can't get into it. It is what it is. Yeah. But the Extraction part of it with the aliens and the stuff, bringing all the operators from that into a PvE experience was very cool.
Yeah.
And I played a lot of that with a couple of my friends. I was hoping that there would be more, but more never came.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because it was supposed to be a live service, right? They were very excited to like get all this stuff off the ground, and I mean, it even came to Game Pass, so they had the player count. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a bummer, and I think Rainbow Six Siege wasn't it just basically people keep putting money into the game and people keep playing it, so they've never felt a need to make a second game. I could be wrong, but I feel like that was something that was talked about at one point.
Yeah.
Then yeah, and like honestly, as far as shoot, what's his name, uh, Sam Fisher. As far as Sam Fisher goes, like we haven't seen him since Blacklist. I think Splinter Cell Blacklist is what it was called, or Black Cell. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was a good game myself. I thought it was a lot of fun. Splinter Cell Conviction was so much fun. That was like the last really, really good one.
Was
Yeah,
that the one that
I
had the
don't know.
co-op? Was that the one that had co-op?
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole campaign you play through co-op, and then the final mission is you have to kill each other?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Very cool.
It was
Very cool.
awesome. It was such a good
Yeah.
game. Then let's see. There was also and as far as Ghost Recon goes, I mean, I hope that it would come back, but Breakpoint just did so bad. Like it performed
Wildlands was
underperformed.
fantastic.
I did too, dude.
Wildlands was so good.
I platinumed it.
Yeah. But it was funny because sorry, what was the second one called?
Breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
Oh, that's the one I
Breakpoint-
was talking about. You were talking about Wildlands.
Breakpoint. Yeah, for me, Breakpoint played better, and it had better content, but Wildlands as a whole was better.
Really?
Yeah, I much preferred the fighting against the cartel
Okay.
and the map and that than I did playing Breakpoint and fighting against like the military, whoever they were. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember their name
but
either.
No, but yeah, I much preferred being like an overpowered like military dude with like military training, fighting a bunch of like just cartel sicarios as opposed to fighting against more of my own. I really enjoy that kind of I'm better than these guys. Like I can
How would you think of doing oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I can't get my brain to get on the tracks tonight. A new sorry, I'm just going to pass it off to Russell. I can't get my I can't yeah, I'm sorry. Then Russell, what did you have you wanted to talk about shoot, what's that game called again?
Oh, the day before.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let me pull up. Hold on. So this one's a little bit older news just because of the way things worked out, because last week we attempted to cover some showcase stuff due to technical limitations, whatever the hell you want to call them. We had some issues with that. So like, to the shock and awe of everyone and the request of, as near as I can tell, absolutely no one, Fantastic, which is a developer that you're only going to be familiar with if you're familiar with this game, is back, and they started a Kickstarter for their new game. If you're unfamiliar with all of that, you may have heard of the day before, which like a quick little uh history lesson as far as that's concerned. The day before launched on December 7th of last year to overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam, garnering a whopping 15% approval rating. On December 11th, they kind of put the axe to the game. 4 days after launch, the studio announced their closure. On December 22nd, the studio did actually closed and announced that anyone left playing would be automatically refunded at that point. It remained online until January 22nd, at which point the servers were shut down and the game was basically axed from existence. So that's kind of the history of it. A little to do. The studio kind of tried to cover their ass a little bit. Uh, Steam was already handing out refunds well before the studio announced that they would. Um, and there was some drama with the studio even before that with a game that they were involved with before that, but that's neither here nor there at this point. I think the Kickstarter that they have going on might be a sequel or something to no, because they only made 2 games and they don't own either one of them, or so they claim. With this particular studio, it's hard to tell as far as what they're claiming, whether or not they're lying. Like I am going to be completely honest. When I wrote this article, I did take 1 or 2 like small pot shots at it. It is extremely hard to cover the studio and what happened and not be biased in some way. Like this entire situation was fucked up. This game was completely framed as something that it wasn't. It was framed as this like big multiplayer RPG with a shitload of mechanics. The trailers ended up being fake, and it was just like a very basic extraction shooter. It wasn't remotely what it was supposed to be. In fact, I'm looking at my review right now. The tweet that I put in here, where they announced their Kickstarter, has been community noted. Warning, potential scam. Warning, potential scam. Before you consider giving fantastic money, remember that they lied about the state of the day before to investors, volunteers, and the gaming community.
And
I
then
have
did you
actually
tell
taken.
people what their prize was if they did donate like a minimum of $10,000 or $11,000?
I did not look at the Kickstarter for the day before or their new game. I can tell you, I was in their Discord for a day or two. Because yes, I do. When it comes to interesting stories, I do go that far and do a little bit of journalism. The Discord is not pretty.
Oh yeah.
It is literally just people shitting on the game and the studio and basically like, oh yeah, another scare. Like I'm curious.
Now, see, if
Say whatever you're gonna say. I want to look at this
I
Kickstarter.
was just gonna say, if you go to the Kickstarter and you donate $10,000, $11,000, you'll get to sit down and have a meal with the developers.
Do they pay for the
Wow.
meal?
I
Okay.
assume.
That is
So the Kickstarter is for Escape Factory, physics-based multiplayer. Hold on, I just got a pop up. Physics-based multiplayer co-op escape game. God damn fucking pop-ups. Escape game set in dangerous factories for 4 to 8 players. They're asking for 15,342 American dollars. They actually have backers, which is insane.
Yeah, but how many?
They've only received $2,370 and they have 47 backers. Personally, in my opinion, that's too many.
Yeah.
Like I know 47
Yeah.
people seems really low, but for what this studio put the fucking gaming community for, that is too many fucking people.
Right?
Like anything above like 5 people is kind of like a slap in the face. And I don't know.
Uh-oh. I think I lost the homies. Yeah, they're completely frozen on my screen, so we'll see. Can you hear me now?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the one
you
who's
never
freezing,
you never
mate.
cut out.
I never
You never cut out. I went brain dead because I was checking out
So it was just me.
their
My
pledges.
stupid internet. You know, the issue is that my router is like on the other side of my apartment, and there's just zero chance I could run Ethernet cable all the way over here. I'd have to drill holes in through places, and that just wouldn't be pretty. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that. Yeah, the whole situation is very fascinating, especially with.
So what was the amount that you said that the meet with the founders was?
Speaking out of my ass, about 10,000, I think, or 11,000.
Well, close. It was okay. It's 12,000 of some currency. I don't know what this is, but Kickstarter's translating it to about 9,206 American dollars.
Oh my god.
That is so much money to have dinner with someone.
Also, oddly, maybe this was a limited thing because it's got 0 backers. It says limited quantity of 10. I can't click on this pledge button, and I'm not sure why.
Really?
Oh no, I accidentally did it.
Oh no. You took all of it?
That much is insane. There is a Kickstarter project of a little game that some guys in Melbourne, where I'm from, are doing, and I think for $5,000, they like motion capture you and put you in the game. Like,
yep. And that's Australian dollary dues, correct?
That's dollary dues, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
For 10,000 USD to sit down and have dinner with some fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, talk about.
I wouldn't pay 10. Yeah.
The developer thing must have been limited because I'm looking off to the left here and it says available rewards and everything's listed except that, and then it says all gone. I have backed a couple Kickstarters. Just the way this one is organized is kind of strange. Most Kickstarters, in my experience, you'll have like the regular outlines of everything, and then like you might have had early bird pricing for some of it or a lot of it, and usually that's the all gone section. So no one bought this, as near as I can tell, thankfully. I kind of am curious if someone would have bought it. The way this studio is, like, I'm gonna be real with you. If you had to pledge this like $10,000 or whatever, I don't think you're fucking meeting these people personally.
Yeah.
No.
I think they would have taken your money and fucking walked off.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. So there's 21 days left. This has been up for like a few days and gotten a few $1,000s. I mean, the way most Kickstarters work, like I kind of think this thing is peaked. Like, I don't see this going. Like, maybe it'll get a few $100 more, maybe like another 1,000 at the most in the next 21 days.
Those people should get refunded their money if they don't hit their goal, right?
No, they totally will. The way Kickstarter works, okay. I don't even think, if I remember right, the way Kickstarter works, they don't even take your money until it's fully funded. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the way it works.
Okay.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, and the project is all of nothing. This project will only be funded if it reaches its goal by Saturday, October 26th. So they have, again, about 21 days to this whole fucking situation. I cannot believe the arrogance of this fucking company.
Right?
Right.
Oh, it's insane.
Like, okay, we talk about Concord, and that was crazy, and that happened in a much shorter time frame, but, like, at least, whether you liked Concord, whether you didn't like Concord, like, Sony handled that the way they should have handled that. Steam basically had to come out and say, yeah, you can play for a fucking 100 hours, and you can request a refund, and we'll give it to you, and then after that is when they were like, all right, well, refunds for everyone type of situation. Yep. So
now
this whole situation,
it's insane. Now, if you don't mind, I want to rewind a little bit. What would you guys think? I want to go back to the Ubisoft conversation of uh, when I had kind of hit my mental roadblock and didn't know what to say, what I was going to ask was Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Would
Oh, I forgot about that.
remaster, report it, or even a remake? I mean,
I would love a new entry.
yes.
I'd give us some Future Soldier. Like yeah. I'd completely forgotten that was even a game.
I love that game
The
so much.
There was another Tom Clancy one called End War. Again,
Mm-hmm.
another just them throwing their name on stuff. But I remember that one had uh, connectivity, and you could issue orders through the Connect to your squads. Pretty cool.
Yep. Yep.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, like man, Tom Clancy, just stop,
I agree.
just stop.
I agree.
Like, so even going back to say the Division, right? I'm not a huge Tom Clancy guy. I don't know all of his books or anything, but what's that book? What's the Division from?
I think there is just a Division book. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know enough about like Tom Clancy's books,
No, no.
but there's like a bajillion of them. I can tell you that because when I was like 14, I worked in a library, and my gosh, the amount of Tom Clancy's books that I had to put on a shelf.
Because like his big ones are like what, the Hunt for Red October, Rainbow Six,
Mm-hmm.
Sum of All Fears. Who was the is he Jack Ryan? No, that's not
Yeah.
him, is it? That's Lee.
Yes. Yes,
That's
it
Lee.
is.
So he's Jack Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
and Lee Child was Jack Reacher.
Mm-hmm. Wait. No.
Yeah,
I.
yeah.
I think they're both the same.
No, Jack Reacher is Lee Child. That's the new one that's on Prime with
Oh.
that big
Oh.
fucking
Okay.
dude.
Yep. 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 Yep.
And Tom Cruise was him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
My wife is
interesting.
not. She's not one of those ladies who sits there and goes, "Oh, he's so hot. He's so handsome." But she actually does have a crush on him, though. She likes him a lot.
That was it. Alan
Alan
Rickman or
something.
something.
Yeah, Alan
Yeah, that
something.
dude is fucking
He's
huge.
huge.
Holy shit!
He is
Yeah,
awesome though.
yeah. I'm
So
excited for season 3.
uh, I think we should definitely talk about the Stalker 2 documentary at some point, but I would love to wait until we've all had a chance to see it. So the two articles that popped out to me that I read from Gamer Social Club this week were Saber Interactive is developing a AAA Avatar game, the Avatar: The Last Airbender. I guess I should be more specific because there's two avatars, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then of course getting the sequels to Sniper Ghost Warrior and Lords of the Fallen. And the Lords of the Fallen one, let me check real quick. Um, their target releases is 2026, and no, I shouldn't say there. I should say Lords of the Fallen's releases is for 2026, while 2027 is when we'll get the next Sniper Ghost Warrior. Now, again, those are targets, not like, hey, we put out an announcement. And let's see. So, and it looks like Lords of the Fallen actually made up a 72% of the company's revenue. So, I didn't have any idea that it even performed that well. But yeah, out of these two articles, those are the two that I wanted to talk about. I know Lords of the Fallen is something that I have downloaded on my Xbox since it came to Game Pass, and I've wanted to really try it because I am into Souls type games. I've never played a Sniper Ghost Warrior, but I'm really glad to hear that it's getting a sequel because from everything that I have heard about it, it's a very mid game that is very serviceable. So this is awesome. I mean, this is what you want to hear. You want to hear that these AA, AAA games aren't immediately being thrown into a trash bin because it underperformed or whatever. But it sounds like not only did it perform well, but now they're going to get a chance to even work further upon that. Did you guys have anything to add to that?
Well, I'll correct you a little bit there. since I'm the
Well,
asshole that wrote the
actually,
Well,
yeah. So
well,
yeah.
actually.
Actually, no. So it was 72% of the company's revenue this year.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually trying to find my article, and
Hold on.
for some reason I
Oh,
can't.
were you the one that wrote that?
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
I
yep,
looked at the
yep.
company
Russell,
statement.
Casualties of
Yeah.
Gaming.
Yeah, I can't find it for some reason.
I'm
Anyway,
actually looking at it
that's
right now. So here's what you wrote. Other interesting details about the game found in the report is that it will indeed be developed in Unreal Engine 5, and that of the first half of 2024, Lords of the Fallen has made up to 72%. So that's the first half of 2024. So
yeah.
I would say that's
Um,
still pretty
so
impressive considering that's this calendar year. They're not including the holiday
yeah.
sales from its release.
So I do I remember wording that the way I did for a reason. The launch of Lords of the Fallen, the way I remember it, was a little bit of a mess. Which a lot of Unreal Engine 5 games have been kind of a little bit of a mess. I have noticed.
Hmm.
Hopefully they start to iron out some of the kinks and get a little bit more familiar with the engine. Uh, Sometimes I feel like Unreal Engine games, particularly with 5, it just seems like I don't know if devs don't know the end. I'm not a developer, so I don't know the ins and outs of the way it works. Maybe Unreal Engine 5 in some cases is just. I mean, have you guys played any Unreal Engine 5 games that you know are Unreal Engine 5 games
not
besides
off the top of
maybe
my head.
Hellblade besides maybe Hellblade 2 that didn't have issues?
I haven't played it, but Fraser, you played Immortals of Aveum.
Oh, was that Unreal 5, was it?
Yep.
Could have been.
Okay.
Um I know I've played a couple just this year that just like launched really buggy and had to be ironed out within like, a month or two.
Right.
And then eventually, and maybe that's just as long as they give them enough time, which this was included in like financials with coming roadmaps between like 2025 and 2028. So like, yeah, they have targets for when these games are supposed to come out, but like there's a lot of wiggle room with this shit right now, obviously, if they're ironing out, like if they're giving it that much space, like there's still a lot of time for this stuff to get moved around. Um, Hopefully they figure out Unreal Engine 5. I didn't try the game out until I think earlier this year when it launched on Game Pass. Seemed relatively stable. Still had like some buggy issues. Maybe that's just the PC port. I didn't have any crashes or anything like that. Thing mostly held performance pretty well the way I remember it. But I mean, it's a Souls-like style, so if that's your thing, great. I'm actually not super familiar with this other game, so I've not really much to say about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't played the Sniper Warrior series
Yeah. Me
at all.
neither. Now, the I want your thoughts and opinions. So now, are you a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender? Of Frasier?
No,
Okay. Is it just something you never got into, or
no, never
okay?
got into, never interested me. I've seen episodes here and there. I
Okay.
watched the live action movie. Actually, the live action movie wasn't too bad,
Okay.
but it just never grabbed me. And I've never played any of the games, and I will not be playing this game.
I uh, I played the one where you get the 1,000 G achievements in less than a minute of the game. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
There was
no.
an Avatar game for the Xbox 360. I went to Blockbuster, picked it up, and you get all of the achievements in the tutorial. Like as soon as it's like press A to attack, you can literally just sit there and spam A. and you'll get 1,000 G.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I went to Blockbuster, picked it up,
Amazing.
got 1,000 G. I think that
I
was
love
even my
that.
first platinum.
Oh my! Do you know
Oh.
my first platinum was the Doritos uh Dorito Chase or something it was
Yeah,
called. Yeah, that was my first platinum, and I have no fucking idea what. I don't even know.
And Russell, what about you? Are you a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
So similar to Frasier's, like, so I actually really liked the movie and was a
Okay.
little butthurt that that didn't get any sequels like it was clearly supposed to if you watch it.
Hmm.
Uh, I know they announced some Netflix animated movies, or maybe at least one that looked really interesting. I remember reading about. Apart from that, like, I know very little about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've had some friends that have told me a little bit of the lore, but it's not something like I could really recite even by memory. I know they've talked about it. I mean, looking at this article, we don't know a ton about the game other than it's going to be a AAA experience. I
So
don't really know what that means.
the thing that stuck out to me about this was that the fact that it's Saber Interactive,
Mm.
and
That is
also the
interesting,
fact
yeah.
that it is a AAA of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I don't think has ever really happened. It's always typically some, no offense to developers who have made Avatar: The Last Airbender games, but usually pretty small devs who are hired from Nickelodeon to kind of make trash games. Not to yuck on anybody's yums, but typically, you know what to get out of an Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it sucks for kids because any games that seem to be directed towards kids are clearly half-assed made. Play Nickelodeon kart racers and games like that. You're just like, yeah, they expected this kid to not care. Even when I played the Bluey game with my daughter, that game is horrible. So bad. Like, it's like, okay, listen, it's a game for kids. There's expectations, right? But like, this is so buggy that my daughter cannot do the game. And my daughter is stressing out because Bluey isn't jumping into the sink. And she's like, Daddy, can you do it? And I'm like, no, sorry, honey, your game is freaking broken. And I paid $40 for it. Like, what the hell? So, there is a quality to be presumed of a, you know, lesser known development studio making a game that looks like it's focused towards kids. So the fact that we are getting a AAA developed The Last Airbender game. Now, that's not even where I find it super duper interesting. It's the fact that it is Saber Interactive that we're talking about. Space
Yeah.
Marine fucking 2. Uh,
Yeah.
and they're out here making this game. Now, honestly, like, I am more interested in the fact that it's Saber Interactive. It's the thing we've been talking about these past couple months is just how much the gaming industry needs to more developers like Saber Interactive. And after playing Space Marine 2, I'm like, I don't care what y'all make. I am going to fucking play it. I especially if they're I didn't look to see if they put the publisher on this article. I'm gonna open it up real quick. Um, Oh, I didn't know
I
they were
don't
doing a
think.
Quiet Place too. We will also be
Yeah.
playing and reviewing that this month. Me and Fraser will be. But okay, yeah, I can't see who's publishing it, but if it is published by Focus Entertainment, then that's just another benefit in my eyes. So,
Mm.
yeah, my daughter, she actually just now discovered, dude, it's been a wild trip because we haven't had Paramount Plus, and we've had it over the past handful of months, and we've been watching a lot of SpongeBob together. And my daughter has just taken to it. She loves it. And I'm walking in, and she's watching all the cartoons I grew up with. She's not looking at this stupid new brain rot crap. She's in there watching the good stuff, and
I
she's
love
like,
that.
this week she discovered Avatar: The Last Airbender, and she has been
Cool.
freaking out about it and like, Daddy, can we watch Avatar? Can we? So I just think that's cool. It's cool that my kids are gonna have the chance to grow up with games like this and Astrobot. Um, I am all good on the news. Is there anything more you guys want to talk about when it comes to news? We are at an hour and 20 minutes.
I just wanted to just say about that Saber Interactive. Looking through the games that they have done, I would go out on a limb and say this could be their first triple A
Yeah.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Because like looking through, they actually have a lot to do with remakes and remasters. I had no idea that they had something to do with the um, whether this is right or not. The Halo Master Chief Collection stuff
Oh yeah, I
apparently.
mean maybe they helped with development.
And then the Mud Runner, Snow Runner games.
Okay.
They are a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
World War Z. They've had stuff to do with Quake. So like Crisis. Again, I'm assuming that's the remasters.
So they seem
Um,
like they've been more of a support team up till now.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know that's been the biggest issue with Halo Infinite is the fact that their software that they use, like they very frequently have to contract out game developers to help them, and the problem
Mm-hmm.
is that using their own engine, people don't know how to use it. They don't like
Yeah.
these people who are very well educated professionals come in and with all these years of experience, and they're like, I don't even know how to use your hammers here. you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are using screws and hammers, and I've got a drill. So it's like, uh, I know that's part of the issue. So, anyways, that's a totally different topic. But
Yeah. No,
yeah, I
that
think they're
that
just
was
more of
it.
a support.
I just wanted to say like I'm excited to see, you know, they've bought us Space Marine 2. It was a brilliant experience and it's only double A. Like think of what they can do. Think of what
Yeah,
more they can do. I'm
absolutely,
excited for it.
absolutely. I'm
Like
I'm excited too.
yeah, I'll play it.
So as far as Avatar goes, like for some reason I'm like my brain is screaming RPG, which I'm looking at their catalog and that's like one genre they don't seem to have much
Mm-mm.
experience with. Everything that Fraser just mentioned.
Mm.
They also did the Evil Dead game. Oddly, they did WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which is really interesting. I own that game. I've played that game. It's weird for a wrestling game. Uh, but so they do have like a wide variety of things in their catalog. I don't know what. I mean, it said that the article said that they were working with. Oh God. Obviously Avatar Studios and then Paramount Games. I didn't even know they had a gaming division, so I don't know
No.
exactly what that means if Paramount Games is going to be the publisher or if they're going to have a hand in developing the game or really what that means.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be their first time leading an RPG project. Okay.
There you go.
So
Good
it's going
on
to be an
them.
RPG.
Cool.
Good on
So
them.
I guess I was
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Okay. Haha, I didn't even read that whole paragraph before commenting. I should not do that. Okay, so that's interesting. That's got me a little bit interested in the game. I don't know if I'll play it or not. I'll have to wait to see what they can do.
Mm.
I haven't played a ton of their games, other than Warhammer 40K and then that WWE game that I was talking about earlier, which is a weird experience. How can I describe it? It kind of resembles some games of yesterday, wrestling games in the early 90s specifically, so like before the N64 when they were on like they had a very they basically just went with like the Sega style of things where they would just take like arcade games and port them to console. And that's kind of what WWE that 2K game was. 2K I believe was just the publisher. But that's kind
Interesting.
of what
Yeah.
that game was, but more in a 3D style. It's weird. It's kind of dumb fun, but it's weird.
Um.
But yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Now, in case you're not already in the Discord chat, please click the link below. We are doing Callisto Protocol as our game of the month this month. So we'll be going through that and talking about it all month long. I know Fraser's already gotten started. I started the download right before we started doing this, which is probably why the video froze on you. So you can thank Callisto Protocol. Uh, oh shoot, that was the question. We got a Fraser's question corner for you next week. We're out of time now, but yeah, we got a Fraser's question corner for you next week, and let us know how you thought of this format. Maybe after actually doing it, maybe we will switch around and do like finish the day off with games. That way, like, we can talk about all this stuff, and then if we have enough time, we'll do a game. Because I do feel like we were trying to like cram the meat of the podcast in while we took up the most of the time playing a game. So I don't know. Just tell us what you think. And yeah, we'll go off of that. Thank you all so much for watching. Yes, Callisto Protocol. Also, don't forget, check out the Diablo 4 stuff. Please like and share that Diablo 4 shit as much as possible. We would very much appreciate it. I have poured the past 2 weeks of my life into that. I know Fraser has too. And oh shoot, what's his name? Who's the guy who reviewed it with us?
Kyle.
Kyle, thank you. I'm bad with
Yep.
names. Sorry, Kyle, if you're listening to this. I love you. Anyways, adios all. Fraser, I hope you have a great day.
Same to you, my friend. We'll talk soon.
And Russell, I hope you have a great day as well.
Hey, Russell. Be cool. Be good.
He did
Bye.
devil horns for audio listeners. Fuck you, audio listeners.